Hello everyone, my name is Zong Shuo. In traditional to the stereo. Good morning. Today we are going to look at an traditional culture in William to conferences and Friday. The plan two students are busy together in marriages. Rather not the face a very important discount choosing to the rich student for their companies. They are touching to Discord, but to marry openly a traditional apprenticeship or a practice. Lambda company, which is known as a study, but in marriages, this choice is the credit not because it's were affirmed to bases openly how much rare they take projects and to launch their growth plans. Research objectives and recommendations. Our successful objectives are simple. First, we need to systematically map these two business structures. We will look at key difference reach as overseas liabilities and legal publications. Sector based on malicious cause business regulations and market conditions. We aim to combination amila and further with practice recommendations. We help them choose the options structure by considerable factors like risk return, business and financial pursuit. Ultimately, our goal is to gather the strategies structure. This bust strategies causes in marriages.
Hello, my name is Wang Shiyang. First, there is a predictive campaign or scientific behind activity to the Campaigns Act 2016 in Malaysia. This is an independent legal This means the campaign is seen as a person. It's as of the land it labor it can honor pretty. So and be sure in its outer name. The key context here is limited liberty. The shareholders like Amy and the fund only risk the money they have instead in the company. Their person assets, like their cars or horses, are protected if the business runs into trouble. This treasure as makes it easier to activate extractive investments. On the other hand, we have the partnership. This is governed by the Partnership Act of 1961. A partnership is when two or more people invest capital and share profits together. However, unlike a salary behind, a partnership does not have an independent legal trace. This means the business and the owners are the same. The most important traffickers here is unlimited liberty. If the business cannot pay its debts, the partners are personal responsible. Their personal acts are tied directly to the results of the business. So, in short, a silent behind offers a straighter legal, integrated, and protected person activities where a partnership means the owners are the business and carry for person risk. This is core trade-off Amy and the friend must understand.
Hello everyone, I'm Marhan. Now, let's compare the main differences between a partnership and a private limited company, called SDN-BHD. First, ownership. A partnership is owned together by partners. An SDNBHD is owned by shareholders, and the share can be passed to others. Second, responsibility. This is the most important difference. In a partnership, partners have full responsibility. Their owner things like houses and money may be at risk. In an SDN-PhD, responsibility is limited. Shareholders only lose and the money they put in. Third, legal studies. A partnership is not separate from its owners, but an SDN PhD is a separate legal person. It can own things and same purpose be itself. First, setting up a partnership is easy to start and does not need official registration. An SDN PhD is more difficult and must be registered with the SSM. Finally, tax a partnership pays tax through the partner's person income. An SDN PhD pay company tax at 24%. In short, a partnership is easy but risky. An SDN PhD gives more protection, but it's harder to set it up.
Hello everyone, my name is Wang Weiqi. Now let us move on to packaging qualification. Beyond the large difference, American and Field must also think about the real-world impact on their daily operation and future garage. First, let us consider request and benefits. A partnership covers high risks because of unmanned liability. However, it offers fiction in prevention and qualification marking. In connection, a private land company offers low risk with limited liability, but it comes with higher complication cost and prudence. This between must follow company law. Second, it's in terms of decision making and management control. A partnership allow parents to share decision. This works well for small teams. However, a private land company requires a broad of decisions, which is better for the cooking in the business. Finally, let us look at growth fiction, partnership, and land auto factoring. A province lighting company can raise funds, be issuing share, and even go public in the future. In summer, if Army and Field want separate and control, a partnership may work, but if they want progression and room to grow, the government language company is the strong source. Okay.
Hello, my name is Wang Xinyue. Now let us look at some real case studies from Malaysia to see how these structures work in practice. First, consider a partnership. A good example is a local small professional service firm, such as a law firm or accounting firm. In this industry, success relies heavily on the partner's professional reputation. Partnerships work well here because profit distribution can be flexible. Partners can be rewarded based on their contributions, which motivates the team. Also, the setup is simple and quick. No complex registration is required. However, this is a major limitation because partners have limited liability. The business cannot easily take on high-risk projects or expand aggressively. The partners' personal assets are always exposed, which naturally limits their growth. Now let us look at a privately limited company. A good example is a small to medium-sized manufacturing or tech startup, like a local electronic component manufacturer. Why? Because why choose a private limited company? First, limited liability protects the founder's personal assets. This is essential for capital intensive business where large investments are at stake. Second, financing is much easier, and STEM-PhD can secure funding from angel investors or bank loans to support expansion. Third, because it has larger entity status, it's easier to build a strong brand and plan for future growth, such as listing on the stock exchange. In short, a partnership offers flexibility and simplicity, but a private limited company produces risk protection and real growth potential.
Hi everyone, I'm Lei Chen. Now here is our final advice for Amira and Fred. If they start a small, low-cost service business like consulting, design, or a small shop, we recommend a partnership. It is cheap to start, designs are fast, and profit sharing is easy. But if their business needs much money or high risk like e-commerce, manufacturing, or teach, we strongly suggest a private limited company. It protects their personal assets, make it easier to get money, and support long-term growth. The key point, they must choose a structure that fits their business size, risk, and goes under Malaysia laws. In short, there is no best choice for everyone. The right design depends on their business and future plans. That's all. Thank you.